Yeah, so I won't go over these strategies in terms of prof selection and emailing. I think Victor and Jasmine both mentioned it. And I think, all those strategies apply to engineering research as well. But I thought I'd touch on some of the analogous pathways engineering students may want to take if they're at McGill and are interested in research. So specifically at McGill, we have the SURE program, which is analogous to SURA that Jasmine mentioned. And so this is actually internally, it's funded by NSERC USRA, but you apply to SURE. So SURE is a McGill specific program, and the applications for the various projects, as well as the project lists and professors associated with each project, they're all released in January. I've linked this website here, and again, this PowerPoint will be posted. So, this PowerPoint will be posted, so you'll be able to view the link later. But yeah, you can go on this website right now, and you'd be able to see all the professors and projects from last year. So that list will be updated for this coming year in January. So this past summer, due to the pandemic, research was obviously online in engineering, but generally for engineering, this isn't a problem because there's tons of modeling work to do. So I personally know many of my friends who are in engineering who still continued their SURE project online. So that shouldn't be a problem. I don't foresee many projects being canceled for next year, for next summer, so that should be fine. And so the next one's not McGill specific, but it kind of is related to McGill. So the USRA award, which I think Jasmine also touched on, so this is funded by NSERC. Again, I mentioned in the chat as well, this applies to both science and engineering. So if you're in engineering, absolutely apply to this. And again, a professor needs to be holding an NSERC/USRA award, and then you would apply in conjunction with them. I've also linked the website here so you can get more information. I just want to mention one quick thing. So SURE is pretty competitive depending on the professor. It's actually extremely competitive. You generally, it's not just about GPA. If a professor has honors students, they usually take them. So don't let that discourage you. Still apply, I think I applied up to three projects to professors, so definitely apply. If you don't get the position though, I would still suggest emailing the professor and asking them if they or any other prof they know has a USRA NSERC award that they still have left to give, and then you can apply with them. I'll give you the example of me. So earlier this year, I applied to SURE with the professor, but the professor already had his honors students lined up. So because of that, I wasn't able to get the SURE position, but I emailed him anyway, and I asked if he knew any professor that had an NSERC grant or USRA grant, same thing. And he knew someone. So I applied, with the professor that he mentioned, and I ended up getting the USRA award. So, if you don't get the SURE award, just be sure to email the prof anyway, follow up, just say, hey, I know I didn't get the SURE position, but, do you have the USRA grant? Do you know a professor who has it? I just wanted to mention that. And then, so similar to science, again, there's honors programs. So at McGill, there's honors programs only for certain departments in engineering. So mechanical and ECE, which is electrical and computer, are two departments that have it. So in engineering, if you do the normal curriculum, you do a design project in your fifth year or fourth year called capstone. So if you do honors, that design project is now replaced with a thesis under PI, under professor. In addition to this switch from DP to thesis though, you also, the entire curriculum is usually more math focused and more theory focused. So keep in mind, if you don't like math that much, but you're still into research, you may want to consider one of the other avenues I'm about to mention instead of honors. Honors is definitely a more holistic approach. It's not just about research. And then, I've linked this website here. So this website has links to all the different departments. And then for each department, they describe their regular curriculum or their honors curriculum, the ones that have it. So some departments don't have honors programs, but they do have research-based courses similar to how science has 396 and 496. So CHI is the chemical engineering department, and I've just given some examples here. There are more courses. I didn't want to list all of them, but CHI 494, 495, and 496 are research courses where you basically work under a chemical engineering professor. And for a semester or for 2 semesters, depending on the course, you complete a research project with them. So this is a bit different than, actually both of these options are different from the previous slide because those were more internship based where you're getting paid. These are obviously courses that you're taking, so you would have to pay, keep that in mind. And then MIME is the materials engineering faculty, 410 is an example. But if you just go to the McGill eCalendar website, filter by your department, and look for courses in research project, um, look for courses that are titled research project in whatever department you are. There are a bunch. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to mention. If you have any specific questions, I don't know how many engineers are listening, but if you have any specific questions, just, yeah, again, hit the chat up or just asking a Q&A, email us, etc. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.